Well, welcome everybody to episode 11 of the podcast, How Do You Know That? With Robert Hollis. And we are so glad to have you with us today. Before we get things going, if you are watching us on YouTube, please hit the like and share buttons as well as subscribe button so that you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also, when you do hit that subscribe button, make sure to hit the little bell icon too so that you're notified when we do broadcast and when we post videos and things like that. And if you are listening to us elsewhere on the podcast universe, you can also please like and share this with friends and help us spread the word. Also, if you'd like to join our exclusive community, the Inner Circle, you can join us by going to roberthollis.com/join to register. There will be lots of great exclusive content, and you'll be able to participate in our special breakthrough sessions every Thursday starting at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and they help you move forward to the next level. Today is episode 11 of How Do You Know That? And we are going to interview an amazing gentleman from Nigeria, Joshua Daramola. He is a gentleman who is serious about changing people's lives. So, let's get going. Allow me to introduce our host of today's show. He is an entrepreneurial evangelist, renowned for his incredible achievements. He is also known for inspiring countless of individuals around the globe with his unwavering determination and spirit. And he has also helped 67 people, as of this date, become millionaires. Known as a mentor, GPS to success, and dear friend, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Mr. Robert Hollis!
Well, Craig, thank you so much. You're the hostess with the mostest. And Matthew, thank you so much for running everything behind the scenes. I don't know if you guys actually noticed, but today is Salmon Shirt Day. And
Sam enchanted evening.
But just joking, and I am super excited. I mean, not that I'm not excited about the other blog posts that I do with the visionaries, Matthew and Craig, but today is a dear friend of mine, and so we're going to bring him on here, and I'm going to share a few accolades. And so, Joshua Daramola, how are you?
I am blessed and highly favored, Robert, and it's a pleasure to be here tonight. Thank you so much for having me on the call.
You bet. Well, I want to tell everyone that, not only do it's funny, I call Joshua my son, and he's the same age as my other sons, and I'm just so proud of him. And Joshua and I met a number of years ago, and he was 100% determined that he was going to learn the right way to do network marketing. And he had some companies that he'd been involved in the past, and they didn't really work out the way they wanted to for him. And he seeked me out. He'll tell his story. But what's happened in the last couple of months is just extraordinary, because I always told him that, if you find the right apples with the right seeds, they'll grow an orchard. And a lot of people don't know this. For those of you that are very spiritual and believe in God, they always talk about the power of one. It's like one person can make a huge difference. And man, Joshua has definitely done that for the Nigerian people. So he not only in June hit 1K, but his team did over 18,000 in volume. And then I made a little challenge to him. I told him, I said, listen, if your team will do 25,000, I'm coming to Nigeria. And last month, listen to this, you guys, he did 69,800 in volume last month. And so he broke, I think, 225Ks, 110K. I think a total from 2 months was 7 5Ks and almost 41Ks. so it is just so awesome. It couldn't happen to a nicer person. Of course, Joshua hit 5K. And it's so neat because me and him were talking about, Joshua right now is a monthly millionaire if you're talking about NERA. And here's the other thing that I think is very amazing is Joshua also has people in his group that are monthly millionaires in NERA. So when you have people in your group that are earning income, it builds their confidence. And when it builds their confidence and they're able to show me the money, it's like right now, Joshua has got a runaway leg. And now what he's going to do is focus on the other legs to not only hit all the ranks all the way up to super and master. So Joshua, I love you and I'm so proud of you. And I just wanted to tell everybody, how incredible you are.
Thank you so much, Robert. And this definitely wouldn't have been possible, number one, without your mentorship, because from the very first day you believe in us, you believe, I always wonder what this man see in me that he's just there, But I always don't miss your Zoom. I'm always there. And I can say that I've watched over 200 videos that you've done ever. I've gone to 9 years, 11 years videos ago. I download many of them. I have where I put them up, where I always try to make sure at least once in a day I watch those videos. I just want to master everything that you know. So I can make a lot of impact in people's life. And most especially, our team has really amazing leaders. I see these people, they are really passionate about changing people's life. And I believe that is really what is making the difference. They are not interested about themselves alone, just like the culture that we are trying to make sure everybody follows. They just want to make impact in people's life.
Yeah.
And that is why right now God is not the starter of people. So he's blessing us because we are blessing life. We are having people that have never earned good income before in this industry, but because of what we have in my daily choice and with your mentorship right now, they are excited in a time like this. So thank you so much for that.
Well, thank you, Joshua. Well, I know Craig's going to help us as the MC. I'm going to ask for people to. I wanted to give you not only props, but now that you're one of the newest, fastest growing teams in the company, and now all of a sudden Josh Wagle is giving you props about Nigeria in the last two company calls. I know that you've been bombarded now because everyone that's in the company that's not making money, they know for a fact that Joshua is doing something different. See, they all want to know what Joshua is doing because, and the reason that they want to know what Joshua is doing is because they sure in the hell won't listen to what I'm telling them to do. So it's got to be something different, Joshua, that you're doing. And so before we go there, why don't you tell a little bit, how many companies have you been involved in? And when did you start your network marketing career? How old were you?
Okay, so I started my career in the network marketing industry in 2014. And that was after 2014. I was doing my service after your university here in Nigeria. You go for what is called the NYSC. So whereby you serve the country for 1 year and you get to teach in a school, you get to work in a company, the government pay you for 12 months. So when I was leaving the university in my penultimate year, I gave a call to my mom. This was what gave me the decision to become an entrepreneur in the first place. So I was in my penultimate year before the last. In 2010, I finished from Unilag, College of Medicine. I was studying physiology. Then I called my mom. I said, Mom, by next year, I'll be doing my project and I need to buy a DM4 laptop. And I always have choice of what I want. It's either I have it or I don't have anything else. So I said, Mom, this is the amount it's going to cost, 150,000 for 10. And she said, you know what? I don't have money. Then when I heard that, I wasn't happy. I just sat on the lower bunk. That is a 2-layer bed. So I sat on the lower one. And I said to myself, of course, I lost my dad when I was 10 years old. So I know my mom has been there for all of us, 4 children. So I know she's doing her very best. I said to myself that very day, I said, you know, my mom is a chief nurse, a community health extension worker, and she has worked with the government now for 30 years. She'll be retiring in the next 5 years. And I'm asking to buy a DM4 laptop, and she's saying there's not enough. She's paying back loan. So you mean when I leave this school in the next 1 year, my children ask me after 30 years of working for the government or for a company, and that they want to buy something, and I'm going to tell them the same thing that, you know what, I don't have enough money, I'm paying back loan. So I said that day to myself, I am leaving this school and I'm not going to work for any government, I'm not going to work for any company. And thank God, ever since I've never, ever worked for anyone. In my whole life, I've only worked for 3 weeks for someone else. I've collected salary once in my whole life, and that was before I entered into the university. So when I was doing my NYSC, serving our country, Nigeria, I was making different findings, research, reading many articles, buy different courses. What can I do to make money for myself without working for the government or working for any company? So I found many things. I decided to go for running gigs on Fiverr. I was doing translation, transcribing of video to text. I was doing logo creation. I was doing all those SEO, search engine optimization. I was charging $5 per gig. So yeah, I actually bought the course and I studied that. I even studied heliculture, snail rearing. So I got back from NYC. The first thing I did, I went to my mom's compound to have a piece of land, 2 plots of land. Then I set up a heliculture there. I put some snails. I was rearing them. Then 2 months later, I went back to Lagos because my mom lived in Ondo State. Funny enough, I traveled to Ondo State today because tomorrow is my mom's birthday, 10th of August. So I have to come home to celebrate that in the service. So I now went back to Lagos to complete a telecom engineering course I was doing before I left the university. So then I got invited by someone to go for a meeting, a business opportunity. He said it's network marketing. I asked him, what is network marketing? What does it mean? I don't know. So I got invited to that company. Some of us might know them, Trevor. I only stayed 3 months because I don't even know what they were doing. My sponsor never put me through, never connected me to his sponsor or his mentor, you know, and that's the mistake many people do. So I didn't get trained. I focused on my
now that's pretty interesting, Joshua, that so you were looking for a business opportunity to make more money for yourself. And when you got involved 9 years ago with this company, they brought you in and no one ever told you what to do or how to do it.
No one.
Yeah,
no one. I was only invited to a meeting. That's all.
So since you didn't know what to do, you left.
I left. I went back to my SEO. I went back to my service providing gig.
So when was that? And how old were you in 2014?
Oh, 2014.
9 years ago.
I can remember. 9 years ago, I should be probably around 26, 25 years.
Okay. I got involved in this industry when I was 27.
Oh my God. Wow.
That's pretty interesting. So you quit that company. How many network marketing companies have you been in total?
3. MDC is my third. So when I left that company,
your third.
Yes, when I left that company, I got invited to another company, but this time around, they used a different approach. Their approach was, you are invited for an interview. I received a text message on my phone. I was like, I don't care. I'm not going to work for any company. Why should I go for interview? But because I was staying with my friend in their house in Lagos, not in my own house, the mother was like, You got an interview the first time you didn't go. Why? Because you say you don't want to work for any company. You have a very good result. I was the fourth best student in my department. Why I've never collected my certificate. I've never seen my certificate for once because that was my decision. I'm not going to work anymore. So I don't need the certificate. So why? So I didn't go for the first interview invitation. I got another interview invitation. You have been selected. Come for your interview. We would like you to work with us. I said, I'm not going. My friend went to tell his mom because I was staying with them in Lagos, the Pemu area of Lagos. Then the mom now came to me, said, you have to gather experience, even though you want to run your own business, you don't want to work for anybody. You still need to know how interview is done. You still need to know, at least have 1 year experience. So I decided in my head, I've made my decision, I'm not going to go. But when I saw that pressure was much, I said, all right, I'll go. But in my mind, all I have there was, I just want to go so they see I left the house. So, and when I'm there, I'm going to see how they run interview for people because I've never done interview. I want to see how they run interview for people so that when I'm interviewing people in my company, I'm going to know how exactly to interview people. So I went there. Fortunately enough, when I got there, after the interview, they started talking about ESBI, self-employed. You are employee by Kiyosaki, right? Employee in the 4 quadrants. You can either be an employee, a self-employed business, a big business owner, or an investor. I said, incredible. So this is in Nigeria. Oh my goodness, I'm in the right place. So at the end of the session, they did the selection that if you want to be part of us, you have to register. And the amount to register is 10,000 naira. That was way back. That was now September 2014. My first experience in network marketing was around July 2014. So in September, 3 months later, I got invited to this company. That very day, I was having money for my rent. My mom sent me money to pay for my rent in Lagos so that I can have a place for myself. I picked that money. I paid 10,000 from the money. It was around 70,000 or thereabout. I paid that 10,000. So the next day, they said we have to orientation. We need to understand how they run every other. They did the orientation. They said we have to pay about 150,000 or thereabouts, maybe 90. I can't remember. The remaining money for my house rent, I paid to get my package, my first package in network marketing. So when I got home, I told my friend, I have started a business and I've paid money. He said, welcome to Lagos. You have been scammed. I said, I don't believe these people are scammed because from what I've seen. So I made my decision, no, I'm not scammed. And that was how I got started, 2014, 2015 was going by. At the time, I have to move to live in the office. But I was determined for what I want. So in 2016, I had a very big breakthrough in network marketing. I started earning very amazing income. I traveled out of Nigeria 2017, and but then I didn't really get the mindset that I was looking for. Everything I was doing was it's still like a self-employed for me. I'm in the office, I'm presenting morning to night, my legs are aching, it's hurting, I'm not enjoying my health. I don't have time to go check on my mom. I was like, is it what I want to do? Not having time for myself. No. I don't want this. I'm having money, but I don't have time. This is not what big business owner you're saying you are is. So I made my decision in 2019. I started looking for companies that really makes difference. So I was moving away from where I was because the system they were having is a good company. I don't beat that company. It's a good company, but their system was not compatible with the online internet. And I saw where the world was going into, that is virtual. So I actually built a system, an online form, whereby people were coming all over the world, US, India. I have them, I still have them, those databases today, even though I've not really harnessed them. So that is why I told Craig before we started this call, I said, we are just getting ready to get started in Nigeria. by God's grace, we've not started. We are just warming up. So that was how everything went. So I moved away from that company because it was not compatible with online. I was having people all over the world coming in, but I couldn't enroll them. And it won't count for me. I was like, what is this? I have over 2,000 people that are ready, but why is this happening? So that was how I decided to start looking for good company I can work with. I did my review of the top 10 in the world. My daily choice was there. I found out of the top 10, 3 of them are in Nigeria, and the number 1 of them all was my daily choice. Won an award, fastest growing company of this kind. That was 2019. For 5 months, I still did not join my daily choice. When I saw about Hollis training, I said, oh, this man has amazing. I actually went online, I said he has amazing training. I was looking for who I can work with. I didn't just want to join the company for my past experience. I want someone that truly care about people. So that's how I read an article by MLM Nation that talks about there's this amazing mentor that helped 45 people earn millions of dollars. And he built an organization of 42,000 people. He only enrolled personally 11. I said, how did he do it? What kind of man is this? I would like to meet that man. Immediately, I read every single thing on that interview from, I think it's about 2 pages, very long page. I read everything. Then I got your Facebook link. I went to your Facebook. I saw everything you're doing. I saw a group link to Vision Group. I went there. I was seeing video training. And this man didn't hide anything. Everything was public. I was like, what kind of man is this that has a very good heart to put all this training out? I was about paying for Fraser Brooks training before that time, and he was going to charge over £1,000. So when I now saw you doing all of this, I was like, oh my goodness, this is huge. Let me steal this man's training. Let me go use it to build the company I was with. So, but
So when you sent me a message on Facebook Messenger, how long did it take me to get back to you?
Immediately, the same day. I saw businessforhome.org nominated you among the top mentors in the whole world in the industry of network marketing. And they said, and you mentioned in Vision Group, if I've ever done something of value to you and you find it in your heart to vote for me, kindly vote for me on this nomination. I voted you, and that was my opportunity to talk to you. Then I screenshot.
You said, hey, Robert, I voted for you.
So when he said, congratulations, your vote has been recorded, I screenshot that. I quickly went to Robert Hollis' Facebook chat on Messenger, and I sent to you, hey, I voted for you, you deserve it. Immediately, the next thing I saw was, thank you so much. Here is a gift for you. You sent me a link to your training, Millionaire Creation Formula, and your book. How is that working? And I was like, oh my God. I went to all those trainings. So, Robert, thank you so much. I just
wait a minute. When I first communicated with you, I gave you a gift.
Absolutely.
I
was the first thing.
Come on. For me, just to give you a gift like my book and then a training, for me just to give you a book, that probably didn't change your mind about me.
Oh my God. I was like, wait a minute, what kind of man is this? I've barely met you. I've never talked to you before. And the first thing you're doing is to give me a gift. I was blown away, Sally. I was totally.
It's funny, Joshua. I'm still training people every day, right? And I'm like saying, listen, people don't care what you know until they know that you care. And so in my first interactions with you, did you really think I cared about Joshua?
Absolutely. If you don't care, you won't give me a gift. That's how I felt. And I was totally connected. Thank you for that.
So now that you're connected with me, the one thing I want to really give you kudos for is you were willing to change everything. You knew in your heart that you didn't know how to build a big network marketing group. And I remember you telling me that, you know, Robert, I'm going to spend all the time I can learning your way of doing this business. And I know that wasn't easy for you. I know it wasn't easy for you because you were still using all the other stuff that you learned from the other people.
So true. Absolutely. Robert, very true.
So I remember
Very
you
true.
and me having this conversation all the time where you were using some of this person's stuff and then some of this person's stuff and then some of this person's stuff and then some of my stuff. And you didn't get success right away, did you?
I didn't. I did not. With
So,
that, I did not.
yeah. So Steve Jobs has this saying, right? I couldn't wait to ask you this question. This is going to be one of the best questions I ask you. Okay. So Steve Jobs has this saying that when you're in the future where you are now, you know, making millions of Naira a month and people in your group making millions of Naira a month. When you look back at the last couple of years, what do you think that you know now that you didn't do the first 2 years? See, because now you can look and connect the dots and you can go, oh, this is what I'm doing different. This is so when all of a sudden you have Mosh, and I want you to tell that story because you guys are gonna love this story. The guy that's his main leader right now in Nigeria, believe it or not, Josh will tell the story because he tells it best. But they were mad at each other and they blocked each other on social media. But let's not get to that story yet. So what do you think you do different in the last couple of months that you didn't do the 2 years before that? What's the thing that you think that is like because everybody wants to know. That's why they're going to watch this interview. It's like, so
Okay.
what Joshua didn't make a lot of money for the first couple of years in MDC.
Okay, let me say this.
Yeah.
Okay, the money I made last Thursday is a little exactly the money I made last year.
Say that again. Say that
the money
again.
I made last Thursday is almost exactly the money I made in last 3 years.
So in last Thursday, you made the same amount of money that you made in the last 2 years.
Exactly.
Wow. And what did you do different? What do you think? What do you think in your mind is the thing that you go, oh, this is what I was missing?
Okay, so this is what I believe I was missing is that I didn't focus just on the simple system that you're showing, like not really believing that, okay, with full faith that it's going to work out. So I was like, maybe I should do this a little and do this a little. So I'm saying to myself now, why did I really believe faster, like with my full energy, all those? Yes, I was going through the video and all those things. So, but now I don't do anything except what you're mentioning. Yes, I don't care where it's coming from. I don't do anything.
So let me get this correct. The difference between Joshua now and Joshua 2 years is you believed in what I told you and you just did what I told you. And then all 100%. Of a sudden magic happened.
Yeah.
See, you don't know how many people are going to watch this video, Joshua, and they're not going to hear you say that. They're going to continue doing all the other stuff that doesn't work. And you know what I shared with you, it's like a combination on a safe. If I tell you the numbers and you're putting in other numbers in that combination, the safe's not going to open up. It just won't. And so, so tell people about this story about Mosh. This is funny, man.
Oh my God. So Mosh and I, we've known each other since 2015, late 2015, when I was.
Okay, so how do you guys first connect in 2015?
Okay, in 2015, we first connected because he was in my friend's team in my
Okay.
former company. In my former company was my friend's team. And he's not in Lagos. He's not based in Lagos. He's based in Ondo State. Right now I'm in Ondo State, so he's based in Ondo State. So back then he didn't really do very well. So we since he's not in my team was doing very well back then. So uh, we didn't really connect that much. I just know him. I have his phone contact, and everybody liked me because since I've always got interested in people, success of people, and I give my best in anything I do. So everybody liked me and things like that. So now, since 2020, when I came into my daily choice, I reached out to him and I said, hey, there's something amazing. I've done my research. This is the best company ever. Don't miss this. This company has great vision, has system and everything, good pay plan. I was like, I don't want to hear. I'm focused on crypto. Like, so he was just super focused. At the time when I disturbed him those time, he eventually agreed to pre-enroll. He pre-enrolled, and that was it. He was having emails, and upon email, you have another person pre-enroll that you. This person pre-enroll that you. This person, he asked a lot of people, maybe like 100 or so, because I was on fire, I was following all those things, social media, and what I was doing, Robert, with those social media, Facebook, you show me to connect on pages. I was seeing it those times as this is my learning process. I'm going to do as much as I can. I just want to make sure I master what Robert is saying, what he's teaching. So I was everywhere enrolling people. So at the time, anytime I reach out to him and I say, hey, you have this number of people on that, you have to come on board and take advantage right over all these people. He was like, hey, join. We are in crypto. You have to check this out too. He will share to me. I was like, who is this? Why are you doing this? I reached out to you first. Why are you sending stuff to me? You didn't send to me first. I was the one that reached out to you. Now you're sending crypto to me. I don't want to hear crypto. So, and it got to a time we blocked each other on Facebook. We blocked each other on Facebook. I've forgotten. I didn't know how we blocked each other.
So wait a minute.
Now
Wait a minute. Your number one leader right now in MDC. Every time you reached out to him, he would send you what he was doing at the time. So you would tell him about MDC, and he's going, "Oh, you think MDC is great? Check out what I'm doing."
absolutely, exactly. That was what was happening. So when eventually we blocked ourselves, yeah, I forgot about it. I didn't even remember I blocked it. I can't remember again until this year. When I saw the projection of what is happening, I see all the brands, all the marketplace, that the moves that MDC is having, and with Nigeria having the first subsidy removal coming, I reached out to him. I said, listen, first subsidy removal is coming. There is something I want you to take a look at. This is going to make a whole lot of difference for people. It's going to make people survive this period that is coming ahead. And I just sent him that information. He was able to take a look. I said, come over on Zoom. I have my good friend, Mr. Akinlulu, is an amazing leader here in Nigeria. He's a man with very heart of gold. He have good heart like you, Robert. Akinlulu is not even he's not my sponsor, but many people believe that he's my sponsor because we are so close. So he told me that he was having a Zoom session, and I said, yeah, I'll be so excited to be part of your Zoom session. So I don't want to be the deal. Remember, Robert, you always say that I always want to put people in front of someone. So I saw that as a very good opportunity to do that. And it was of recent, I pick up my Go card where I worked with someone. We are able to build together, and we go to master affiliate. And I took a look just a month ago. I was like, I wrote this in 2020, late 2021, and here Mr. Akinlulu showed up mid 2022. So what I have wrote down, I was reading every single day that I'm working with someone, he showed up. So this year, 2023, I invited Mosh to the Zoom. He heard from someone else, not from me. Immediately, he sent me a message after the Zoom. He said, I would like to get started, but please send me the link to my daily choice. I sent him the link. He tried to create an account. He couldn't create an account. He said, why am I not able to create an account? I said, I don't know. He said, maybe he has registered then, that he thinks he registered. I said, oh, you did? Okay, check it out. He went to check it out. He sent me, search his email, and he was saying, you have 100 people pre-enroll under you. You have 150 people pre-enroll under you. Take your chance now, lock in your position. I said, oh, you pre-enroll there and you didn't take action. That was why. He said, what is he going to do now? Okay, so I said, you can create a new account. He created a new account. He registered, and that was it. I didn't hear from him again, and that was in March this year. I didn't hear from him again. So about 2 days or 4 days later, I enrolled another person that has done, I think, 90 executive point under him, and then he has not done anything. I took a screenshot of that. I went to my holding tank, and I took a screenshot. You have 4 days left. And I said, listen, you have 4 days left, and you have a good leader under you that has done 90 BB. You're going to lose out this income. So I FOMO him, fear of missing out. So I said, you're going to miss out on this opportunity. And with this great leader under you, I said, if you lock in your position now, you can decide to choose the executive. I would recommend, but anything you want, you can always choose what you like. But the best way to come in is the executive. So I shared that to him, and he said, oh, perfect. Please, how can I do that? I said, yeah, very simple. Log in and then place order for what you want. He went in and placed order, and I was like, oh, this man is serious. Okay, no problem. Next thing I'm seeing is that he's asking me question. As he's asking me question, I'm pointing him, I'm guiding him. So point, guide, and direct. So I'm pointing him and guiding him, and I'm directing him to the information where you can find it on his website. I just want to be doing everything that you're saying, Robert. I don't want to build this business in the hard way, which I have done in the past.
Right.
And measure it.
So let me help people hear what you did. Very clear. So when you first sent him your affiliate link, did he come in for free?
He did, for free.
Okay. And then what you did is he was in for free and you kept building. And then when you took a screenshot and showed him that there was people underneath him that did volume.
Yes.
And you told him that if he bought volume, that he could pick up the commissions.
Yes.
And he did it.
He did.
Yeah, Joshua, there's still people that are watching this video that they're listening to other people, and I'm going to be mean here. They're listening to other idiots that tell people that you can't get people in this company for free and FOMO them. Why are you laughing?
It works. It works.
Okay, so when I brought you in, Joshua, did I tell you that if you don't come in as an executive or get in with the Mama Jama package, did I tell you that if you didn't buy any product, I wasn't going to work with you?
No.
I let you in for free?
Yes.
What the hell is wrong with me? What is wrong with me, Joshua?
And it works. It works. Always. It works.
So as you were building this, did you always look into your back office and see more people in your left leg?
Oh my goodness. Robert, I have always seen volume. I was like, this volume is here. Robert has said this volume is like my brain. And okay, I've heard Robert said it. I've heard Joshua, you said that this volume is like my banking, my savings. That all I just need to do is to create the other leg, and I'm going to be able to earn this income. So I always look at it and I say, okay, so what would be the 15% of this money that is there? $3,000 US. Oh, that is incredible. So
it was
I
I always did that to
Yeah,
Joshua all the time. I would go in
yeah.
and look what he had for banked volume. And I would say, I would take 15% of that. And I'd reach out and I'd go, Joshua, look at you got like $4,000 in your savings account. And I got to show you how to get that money out of your savings account. And so, oh my God, I just knew
Thank you
that
so much,
everyone
Robert.
would really laugh at this, So where do you, now that you're where you are now, where do you see yourself going? Do you think that now that you understand this, can you visually see 50K, 100K, 250K? Can you see it?
All I see right now is I see 5 people, 5 different legs, master, 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 master in my organization. 5 legs. My goal when I'm working, like I'm seeing Mosh right now, I'm seeing him as a master. I'm not seeing where he is. So I see people that I work with. When I see them and I see the kind of focus they have, it doesn't matter if they don't have skill, as long as they are focused, because we can always approach. I see once I see that they are focused, I see a master affiliate. And my goal is to have 5 people in master affiliate, 5 master affiliate legs. So
Okay,
I
so
don't focus, I don't want to think about
yeah.
myself, just those 5.
So let me ask you a couple of questions. When you finally found you found Mosh before, he just wasn't the right person at the right time.
Sure.
And you kept working on Mosh until you did a fear of loss on him, on a person that was free, and then you got him in, and then you immediately got me on a Zoom with him. So you were using
Yes.
this expert from afar, right?
Absolutely, yes.
So now once Mosh took off, how much time has Mosh taken of your time now that he's taking off? Does he use much of your time now?
No, no, no. They are just on their own.
See, there's some
No,
people, Joshua, that will watch this video and they won't understand that when you find a real leader at the right time, you don't have to babysit them. You don't have to do anything. They
yeah.
get in, they bought product, he got paid. When he seen that he could get paid, they sort of take off on their own, don't they?
They did. They take off.
Yep. So now you're still reaching out to new people.
Yes, that is why I focus on doing.
Right.
I still reach out
And
to
now
new
that you're
people.
reaching out to new people, what are you saying? What's your first connection with somebody?
Okay, so when I reach out to people now, I ask them. I said, first of all, I greet them. If they're already on my contact, if they are new people entirely, I compliment them. And I ask, hope this message finds you and your family blessed and safe. Then the next thing I want to do, definitely, once I do that connection, I can share a gift with them. I normally share the God Memorandum right now because I just love that God Memorandum on
That's a
YouTube.
gift. That's a
So,
gift.
yes. Yeah. So I give them that gift. I said this has helped a lot of people and it's helping me also. So I share
So
that.
when you share people a gift, do they appreciate it?
Absolutely. They say, thank you so much. You're amazing. Yeah, they do.
I never thought
So
about that, Joshua. It's like, because every book makes a difference to somebody else. And I remember you sharing with me when you read that book, how much it affected and changed you when you knew you were a miracle. So, I tell people all the time, I had someone reach out to me today and they go, well, what instead of sending, the Science of Getting Rich or the God the chapter 9, the God Memorandum, what if I wanted to send one of your videos or one of your courses? And I went, as long as it's a gift,
yeah.
So now what people are doing is some people are sending my videos of different courses that I did. and they go, I just want people to know that when you connect with them, the next thing you should do is give them a gift, just like I did with Joshua. So if any one of you want a leg that does 70,000 in volume, you might want to leave them a nice message and then give them a gift. Joshua reached out to me, but I still gave him a gift. Okay, so now you give them a gift. What's your next step? Because people, like I said, people want to know what Joshua is doing. So I'm saving you here. So you
Thank you.
give them the gift, and now everyone's
Okay.
gonna, so any links that we have to do, make sure you send them to me. So Joshua, can you send me the link of the God memorandum that you send to people? And we'll make sure that we put it under this video, because now everyone will stop giving away the science of getting rich because Joshua said they should give away. But I don't care. I don't care if they'll give away a gift. That's what creates the connection. That's what creates connection. So now that you've sent them a gift, what's your next step with them?
Yeah. So once I give them gifts and then they come back to me and say, oh, thank you so much for this amazing gift. So the next thing I just say to them is, oh, you're welcome. And it's just really nice to meet you. You're an amazing person as well yourself. And I'm just wondering, please, could you do me a huge personal favor? And I leave that message like that. Voice.
I'm sorry I'm laughing because I couldn't wait to do this with you. And you tell me what you do, and I'm going, why does this stuff sound familiar? But anyway, so you asked them to do you a huge personal favor. I'm going to try to keep from laughing.
Yeah, oh my God. So they will say, absolutely, what favor is that? I mean, even strangers, like people I just met, I just connect with on Facebook. They do that. They will say, what favor is that? Absolutely, why not? I'm always excited when I hear a stranger say, why not? Absolutely. Let me know what favor. Then I will just go ahead and I will just say, okay, thank you so much. I'm wondering if you can help me out with this. Right now, I'm helping a company expand, and they are amazing. They have a way that makes it easy for people to be able to earn incredible income. And there's an amazing man that I've been working and learning from, showing us how to make huge impact. This man, in 36 years of his career, he has helped thousands of people transform their lives. 67 of them has earned over $1 million US. And in any project he does, he just make impact. Right now, he's looking for very passionate people that he wants to work with. So if the person is in Nigeria, I say he's working with passionate people that he wants to work with in solving the fuel subsidy removal in Nigeria. And we know that this is a very big problem that is affecting many people. But right now, it's putting smile on the faces of people, and people are able to take good care of their family in a time like this. I'm wondering, I know you don't know what we do. If you permit me, I would love to send to you a video that explains everything. And I'm sure when you watch this, you're going to know one or two people that this man can help. And they also allow you to create a free account. You can check out everything about what the company does, just for you to do your full review, to have confidence to recommend it to one or two persons that you know are very, very passionate. Will you allow me to send that to you? When they say yes, I send that to them.
How many people do you think that you've reached out to in the last 2 years?
Robert, I'm not interested in that number, the number of people.
Hey, Joshua, why measure stuff that doesn't matter, right?
Yeah,
it's nuts.
We don't need to measure that. Yeah,
because you know people that have excuse-itis, right? They're always making excuses. They want me to ask you, well, how many people does Joshua contact every day? How much time does he spend doing it? You know what I mean? And it's like, I knew that you were going to say that, right? So let me ask you another question. Do you still reach out to people that don't reply to you?
Yes, of course. I reach out to people and they don't reply. I don't even care. Like, all my goal is to ensure that I reach out. Once I reach out, you reply, yes, good. You don't reply, I'm okay. I'm not interested in people that doesn't reply, only people that reply.
And
So if
we
you don't
already
reply, I move on.
okay.
I just
Have
move
you
on. Yeah.
have you ever reached out to people that have tried to scam you?
Yeah, a lot. I've met people that jump on Zoom with me that say I have to. They have a very large group, large number of people in their group. That all I need to do, I need to pay for a hall so that they can put all their team there in that hall. Then that is when I can speak to them. If I can't pay for the hall, I can't speak to their group. I was like,
Right.
oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So
Did
I
Joshua,
meet people
to
like
show you guys that you just got to go through the numbers, Joshua has sent me messages. Oh my God, Robert, I finally found a leader. and then I would get on a Zoom with Joshua, and this person was a total scammer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Joshua would go, I'm so sorry, Robert. I wasted your time. I didn't understand. And I would go, listen, I don't care. I don't care. We just got to go through the numbers. And we know the other one, right? The other kind of person is the person that tries to pitch you on their program, but that's where Mosh came from.
Yes.
So, it might not be the right person at the right time then, but maybe later. And I know that Mosh and the other Joshua, your other 25K, they had a company that let them down, and you're the one that continued to stay with them, and you deserve all this. You deserve everything that's coming to you, and you deserve a lot more. So if you'll give me just a couple more minutes, Craig, is anybody asked anything in the chat that we could ask Joshua?
Oh my gosh, we've got quite a few questions. I hope we have time for all of them.
Well, let's try to do a few. And Joshua, you tell me when you got to go, okay?
I'm here, Robert.
All right. Well, then let's get started. John Tier has asked a question. Did you only use Facebook to build your business?
Yes, I use only Facebook, and for people that are already on my WhatsApp, I reach out to them as well, but I only use Facebook, and I do free. I don't do any adverts on Facebook.
Got it.
Just direct connecting on
Have you
pages.
connected with anyone that's done anything from any other social media?
Yes, I've connected with some people that will say, hey, if you really want to, I don't check my messages often. You can connect with me on Instagram. I say, oh, that person is not the kind of person I want to connect with. So I connect only with people that are where I am so that I don't shift my attention.
I've always wondered that. People will reach out to me, they'll communicate with me on Messenger, Facebook Messenger, and then they'll say, hey, listen, can you go to my WhatsApp and communicate with me? And I'm communicating with you now. Why do I got to go to another program? So thank you, John Tier, for the question. Next one, Craig.
All right. The next question comes from Jerome Marshall. How did you and your team stay focused and not give up so easily?
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for you are amazing, Mr. Jerome. You've been awesome. So how we stay focused is this: we have goal, we focus on the goal, and that goal is to, like in the month of June, our goal was to have I think about 20 people that are on the 1K, because we saw that we were able to do that in May. So we said we want to have about 20 people. And in July, we said we want to have 100 people on 1K. We didn't do 100, but we did about 40, like about 33 in total in July. But 33 is good. It's more than what we did in June rather. So right now, our focus is just to work with people and so that they are able to earn good income for themselves. We told ourselves, forget about yourself as a leader, just focus on helping people get what they want. So I think because we are not focused on ourselves, we're focused on other people. So that is really what is helping us to move, to stay focused.
Get them a payday that will make them be proud of what they did. You get people, that's what I call the magic number. You find out what someone's magic number is and you help them hit it. I know that we're not supposed to do income claims. But Joshua told me prior to MDC, his best month was 400,000 Naira. And I think you're over 2.5 million Naira now.
3.2.
3.2. I'm sorry. So I know that some of you are not good at math, so I'm going to think 32, and then I'm going to divide it by 4. So, you know, Joshua only 8 times his best month in income. So congratulations, Joshua. God is great, man. God is great.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for your belief and your mentorship. It's really incredible.
Yes, okay, next question, Craig.
All right, next question. Joshua, thank you so much. I mean, I hope, if I may just interject really quick, I hope people are getting this. This is for their benefit. And in fact, what you said, Joshua, what Robert always says, it's not about me. It's about you. It's about them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Joshua right now has 5 leaders in his group that if Joshua quit today, there's no way those 5 people are going to quit. And so people don't understand leverage and residual and also how to build an empire. And so when Joshua finds leaders that have made more money than they ever have in all day, every day, do you think that they're focused on the product, or do you think they're running around going, I made $7,000 US last month? And people are going, how did you do that? See, they're pretty open-minded to the rest of the things that you're talking about. And, you know, because Mosh and Joshua shared with me that they were in other companies, and the companies, you know, all of a sudden held onto their money. I told Joshua and Mosh, hey, you should show people that you got withdrawals from your account and show, look at, here's my money in my hand, and I withdrew it from MDC. And they both went, oh, that's a great idea. And so, you know, Mosh reached out to me right away and goes, show me how to withdraw the money. Because he had it in his credit wallet. And I said, I'll show you how to withdraw the money, which was pretty cool. So that's awesome. Next question.
All right. And I do want to say before I go to the next question that I hope Bob Johnson and James Saunders, up until this point, that that Robert and Joshua answered their questions, because I pretty much figured that what they had asked, I'm not going to ask again. They've asked already, and it was already taken care of. The next question comes from Jody Falcon. I have 2 new affiliates in Nigeria. Can they request you, Joshua? I'm assuming friend request. There it is. Can they friend request you, Joshua? And that she's so excited to meet you.
Yeah, absolutely. I accept friend requests from people. First, I check on their profile, and when I see, okay, this is someone that is focused, they are passionate, yes, I accept friend requests.
And Jody, if you'll do me a favor, for those of you that are sending people to Joshua for a friend request, tell them that you'll do it right after they watch this video. So say, you know, Robert and Joshua did an interview, watch that video, and then after you watch that video, you can send him a friend request, because then Joshua can say, well, they're going to ask, well, Joshua, can I personally send somebody to your home for you to sign them up under me, and so I know that a lot of you will probably think of your way of doing business. I'm asking you to respect Joshua's time and don't try to get Joshua to do the business the way you think it should be done. So I know a lot of people have reached out and said to Joshua, well, Joshua, when are you doing your weekly meetings? When are you doing your personal weekly meetings? And so when Joshua sends back and says, I don't do weekly meetings, I think everyone looks at Joshua and goes, what do you mean you don't do weekly meetings? Well, Robert doesn't do weekly meetings. It's like, it's people try to mess up the system. They really try to mess up the system. And so,
so on that, what I do is I just leverage and work with collaborate with leaders. I say, okay, my friend is having Zoom session, I'm there. I can invite people to go there to go listening. Okay, Josh Radio is having a training or weekly call. I invite people, I put them in front of him. So, and if I have the opportunity to talk on the Zoom, yes, I talk. So that is exactly what I do. I just believe that if we can just plug into the system, then we'll know when trainings are going on. We'll know when the CEO is having live call. We can put people in front of him. We'll be able to know people that maybe they do Zoom calls. We can put people in front of them as well. That is what I believe we can do.
Yeah, just put people in front of the stuff that already exists.
Yes.
Next question, Craig.
All right, I got one more question here from Bob Johnson. Is Fuel Factor X your biggest seller, and has it helped your customers?
My God, I think when last time I checked, it should be yesterday, I saw Fuel Factor X over 90,000 volume. Total volume.
So 90,000 of his volume has been with FFX. So the answer to Bob Johnson is yes and yes. They just so you know, Bob, people in Nigeria and Africa are getting better results from FFX than a lot of other countries. And the reason that they do is because the fuel, they don't have laws and restrictions in Nigeria for how clean fuel should be. So the fuel that people get in Nigeria sometimes is not as clean as it should be. So when you use FFX, they actually have better results than a lot of other places.
Yeah, true.
And so that was the last question, Craig.
That was it.
Okay, so to close this out, Joshua, I just love you and I appreciate you. And what is something that comes from your heart that people that are watching this video, they don't believe that they can do it. They don't believe that they can go through the amount of numbers, and don't take it personal, and give someone from your heart why you believe that they can do it.
Okay, I just believe that every one of us here listening to this live or recorded, that you can achieve anything. The most important thing is you have to stay focused, you have to be doing the right thing, and you have to continue doing the right thing until the result comes. You, like Robert Warren said, that you don't decide when the result will come, but God is not a decider of person. So God will not say, okay, this is going to work for Robert Hollis alone, it's going to work for Joshua alone, and it's not going to work for you. It will work for you, but you just need to believe that it's going to work. You need to be doing the right thing, and you need to continue doing the right thing until you can't say it's in 1 month, you can't say it's in 5 months, you can't say it's in 1 year. What I actually said to myself in the beginning is, I don't care how long it's going to take. If it's 5 years, let's go. If it's more than 5 years, let's go. But I will keep on focused doing that. I've put people that have earned over 8 figures in US dollars in front of Robert Hollis. They almost got in and did not. So, but did that stop me? No. Did I feel kind of, oh my God, why? Yes. But no, it didn't stop me. I just keep on doing the right thing, planting seed and planting seed and planting seed. And I know that that seed will grow. So I know if I continue doing that, some of the seed will grow. So that's why I want all of us to know that it's possible for you, but you need to stay focused on the right thing and never give up. Just continue. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joshua. And my closing word out of this entire interview is I had the vision of doing this interview with Joshua from the second that I met him. The second that I met him, I just went, I can't wait to do an interview with this man. I can't wait to see him making money so he can make a big impact. I can't wait to meet his mom and his siblings. And I can't wait to break bread with him and his family in Nigeria. I believe that from the day that I met him, and now it's all going to come true.
Thank you, God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Joshua, thank you so much. Thank you each and every one of you for watching. Craig, again, thank you for being the hostess with the mostest, the best MC ever. And Matthew, thank you for doing all the technical stuff behind the scenes. But this should be live immediately after we get done. You'll be able to use the same link that you've seen it. And I love and appreciate you guys. I do have one extra thing to say. On a personal level, how you could do me a huge personal favor, I'd really appreciate it, is that when we started this YouTube live podcast with Joshua Daramola, we had 5,999 subscribers. So I wanted to put that out there so people could see. Do me a huge favor and subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to our channel, hit that little bell, and so you get notification of other interviews that we're doing. So thank you again, Joshua. I love you and appreciate you, and see each and every one of you very, very, very soon. Bye for now.
Thank you. Love